I left 2020 4 years ago. I thought it was time. I'd been doing the program for 25 years. And I thought, I'll take Spanish lessons, I'll go to museums. People came to me and said, this is a good time to write a book. And I said, fine, I'll have nothing but time. Well, as it turns out, I do 4 specials a year. I'm on The View. I do a radio show. And it was too late to get out of saying that I would do the book. It was the first title I thought of, and I still think it's the best title. I feel that I have been auditioning all my life, certainly all my professional life. There was another mountain to climb, another barricade. I was always auditioning. And because my father was in show business and we traveled and I went to different schools, I kept feeling that I had to audition every time we moved. That might not have been the word that I would have used then, but I think it summarizes my life. I often hear, and it pleases me, that I was a trailblazer for women. But I wasn't waving the flag. I didn't set out to change things and move things along. It was just that there were so many hurdles. I had to work. I had to support myself. At one point, I had to support my family. So I just took what the situation was and made the best of it. Sometimes it was very difficult. When I was on the Today Show, there was a host, not Hugh Downs, who insisted that I not come in until the 4th question. He had to ask 3. And the company agreed. So what? I could either have protested and left, or I could have made myself so valuable and done the interviews outside of the studio, which is what I did. So in a way, it was a breakthrough. But part of it for me was survival. And if I helped other women, I'm terribly proud of that. Most of my reading is homework for people that I'm about to interview. I read Dreams from My Father, for example, for the second time just before we had Barack Obama on The View. So I read an awful lot of books because I'm interviewing the people, especially their autobiographies. My own favorite book has always been The Little Prince. I think it's a wonderful book for both children and adults to read when you want to understand what is special about yourself. I started my career as a writer on the Today Show and other television shows. And I still write when I do news reports. I write my own material. I write my own questions for The View. I write the introduction. So I've never stopped writing. To write a book was a different experience because if you're just dictating to someone and they type it up and do it and you say, that's okay. But with me, there were chapters I wrote over and over and over. My happiest day was when the publisher said, you cannot make any more changes. Otherwise, I'd still be doing it. First of all, I hope that people will just enjoy it. I think it's a good read. I think it's a juicy read in many places. But I also think that it is a book about survival, and it's a book about weathering various storms. I think it's a book that parents can relate to when I write about my own struggles with my daughter. And I hope that they will have a feeling of identification and that in many ways it will give them hope. It's also a book about my industry, so I hope that journalists and journalism students will get something out of it. But most of all, I guess I just hope it's a very good read.